Okay, Sukkah Perek Dalid Mishnah Bet, second Mishnah in the fourth chapter of Masechet Sukkah. At first glance, our Mishnah seems pretty straightforward and obvious, but it's actually much more complicated than that, as I will explain. This is a continuation of the introduction of our Mishnah Aleph, which we said, Lulav ve'arava shisha ve'shiv'ah. That the taking of the lulav and the arava can either be 6 days or for 7 days. So we're going to talk about the lulav in our Mishnah. The Mishnah says the following. Lulav, shiv'ah, how do you have 7 days of lulav? Ketzad. When is there 7 days? When do you take the lulav 7 times over Sukkot? Yom Tov Rishon Shel Chag Shechal Liot B'Shabbat Lulav Shiv'ah. If Yom Tov, the first day of Yom Tov, falls out on Shabbat, then you take the lulav the 7 days. Ushar Kol Hayamim Shisha. But if the first day of Sukkot falls out on any other day, therefore Shabbat is not on the first day, then you take the lulav Shisha, 6 days. What's going on here? So first of all, we learned that the Torah says regarding the Dalid minim. We've seen this pasuk a gazillion times. Let's see it again. Ulekachtem. We'll highlight the whole thing, right? Ulekachtem lachem bayom harishon pri eitz hadar kapot marim vanaf eitz avot avei nachal. Right? You take it on the first day. Then usmachtem lifnei Hashem Elokechem shivat yamim, and then you rejoice before Hashem 7 days. So as we've learned a number of times. Bayom Harishon, we said, is bigvulim. Lakachtem lachem bayom harishon. That's in gvulim, outside of the Beit Hamikdash. But usmachtem 7 days. If Hashem Elokechem shivat yamim, that's in the Beit Hamikdash. Shivat yamim is in the Beit Hamikdash. So therefore, we must be talking here in our Mishnah about the Beit Hamikdash. Otherwise, why would it say Shiv'ah? So when do you take Shiv'ah? If the first day of your Chag falls out on Shabbat, then you take it for Shiv'ah. Ushar Kol Yamim Shisha. But in every other day, you take it for 6 days. Why? Why Shar Kol Yamim in the Beit HaMikdash? Why, if Shabbat falls out on the 4th day, do you not take the lulav in the Beit HaMikdash? Isn't it a din d'oraita? Furthermore, in order to understand this Mishnah, we have to go back to Perek Gimel, Mishnah Yud Bet, where the Mishnah says the following. So it's a little more complicated, because the Mishnah says, Barishonah haya lulav nita b'mikdash shiv'ah u'b'medina yom echad. Originally, the Mi'ikara din, we said, in the Beit HaMikdash it was Shiva, as we learned in the Pasuk. U'b'medina, and outside of the Beit HaMikdash is 1 day. And then we learned, Mishachar Beit HaMikdash, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said they would take the nita b'medina Shiva, Zeichel HaMikdash. They would take the lulav in the Medina. So what in the world is going on here? Because in this Mishnah it says 7 days, and in our Mishnah it says 6 days. In our Mishnah, Perek Dalid Mishnah Bet, it says 6 days unless it falls out on Shabbat. Okay? So let's read the Bartenura first to understand. The Bartenura says the following. Why Ushar Kol Yamim Shisha? So the Bartenura says, Im Chal Yom Tov Rishon B'Shar Yemei HaChol. If Yom Tov, the first day, fell on a Thursday, when you say Shabbat B'Chol HaMoed, and then we find out the Shabbat, it turns out the Shabbat happens on Chol HaMoed, Lo Dache. Lulav is not doche. The taking of the lulav is not doche Shabbat. Says the Bartenura. Ve'af agab dekol shiv'ahu min haTorah b'mikdash. The whole thing is d'oraita, all 7 days of the Beit HaMikdash. He'emidu chachamim gzeiratam b'sh'ar yemei hachag. The chachamim made a gzeira. The gzeira was, they said, we're afraid you're going to carry outside arba amot meshut harabim. We're afraid you're going to carry your lulav, somebody tell you how to do it, or you had a problem, or what have you. So therefore, they negated the kiyum of the mitzvah on Shabbat. Okay? So the chacham, the gzeira of the chachamim of not carrying the lulav on Shabbat, they applied that also in the Beit HaMikdash if it didn't fall out on the first day. Ho'il ve'ena mikar min haTorah bigvulim. Since there isn't an ikar b'Torah min ha'gvulim, since even though the Beit HaMikdash is d'oraita, since it's a d'Rabbanan in gvulim, therefore the chachamim applied their dichiyah also in the Beit HaMikdash. It's a very, very difficult thing to understand. Based on the Gemara, why in the world would chachamim negate kiyum in the Beit HaMikdash, because in the gvulim they're not mekayem? But of course the answer is, but if they would fulfill but if it's the first night is Shabbat, then since the first night is Yoraita in the gvulim, therefore they also did it in the Beit HaMikdash, and that's why they did it for 7 days. This is what the Gemara says. It's difficult for me to understand why they canceled the Netilat Lulav in the Beit HaMikdash. When is the Oraita if they couldn't take it in the Gvulim? I'm not entirely sure why. But what emerges from this is the following chart. Because it's in order to understand all these Mishnayot, I had to sort of put it in order, make some kind of seder. It's very difficult to understand. So we have the Ikar Hadin, and then we have Bizman Beit Hamikdash Haya Kayam. So Ikar Hadin is the first part of Perek Gimel, Mishnah Yud Bet. I know I'm going long, but I really need to explain this in order to, I think, understand the Mishnah well. So, B'Mikdash 7 days, B'Gvulin 1 day, because of the pasuk that we learned. Now we come to our Mishnah, Perek Daled Mishnah Bet. But they made a gzeira that the Yom Tov Rishon Shel Chag Shechal Yot B'Shabbat Lulav Shiva. If it fell on the first day, then they keep it to 6. Then they do all 7 days. But if Yom Tov Rishon fell on any other day, not on Shabbat, Shar Kol Yamim Shisha. So therefore, in the Mikdash, if the first day was Shabbat, Shiva Yamim. Imlo Shisha Yamim. In Gvulim, they would take it on the Yom HaRishon. So here I wrote Afilu Hu Shabbat. It's difficult for me to know. The Mishnah doesn't really. I'm gonna put this in red, I guess, or pink or something like that, because it's really hard to know if this is true. I'm not sure. If you want to email me and tell me what you think, I'm curious. Would they take it in the Gvulim? The implication was if it was the first day was Shabbat, just like they took the Dioraita in the Beit Hamikdash, so too they should have taken it in the Gvulim. I'm not really sure. So I wrote Im Yom Tov Nafil B'Shabbat Nodlim in the Beit Hamikdash. That's for sure true. Okay. Now the Bartanura adds something else. This is really important for us to understand. The Bartanura says, Ubedin Haya. Really, the Afili Bizman has there even today. Yel Lulav Doche Shabbat B'Yom Tov Rishon Shel Achad. Really, we should Yom Tov Rishon the Din D'Oraita. We should if Yom Tov falls out on Shabbat on the first day, it's the Oraita, it should be Doche. Ella Mishum Delo B'Ki'ana B'Kvi'ar D'Yarcha. But in some far-fetched places, some faraway places, they didn't know when the month would be. V'Shamayin Ze Yom Tov Rishon. Maybe like out in Persia somewhere, they didn't know. They assumed it was Yom Tov Rishon, but they weren't 100% sure. Hilkach lo dachinan Shabbat misfeka. Okay, therefore, they're not doche Shabbat misfeka. They applied that safek throughout everywhere. So nowadays, okay, the gzeira is, Chachamim made a gzeira after the Chorban Beit Hamikdash. Okay, Mishachar Beit Hamikdash, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said, Lulav lita b'medina shiva, Zechel Hamikdash. So we take it 7 days. That's what the Mishnah says. I'm saying, Perek Gimel, Mishnah Yud Bet. That's a continuation of Perek Gimel, Mishnah Yud Bet. But we know that nowadays we don't take it Shiva, we take it Shisha Yamim, 6 days. Yom Rishon is the Oraita, the rest is Zechel HaMikdash. But on Shabbat, if Yom Rishon falls on Shabbat, nonetheless, Lo Nolim. Even if the only time you can be Mekayim the Oraita, let's say for example, the first day of Sukkot is on a Shabbat, we still in the Gvulim don't take the Lulav on that first day. Why? Because Gzeira Shema Yidlenu Biyado, maybe you'll take it, V'yelech el etzel baki li'imod bracha, you'll take it to someone, V'yavirenu arba amot b'reshut harabim. And yes, and the Chazal did in the end, they said, took a mitzvah d'oraita, and they said, Sheva al taseh. The chashash, the concern that you're going to violate the Shabbat is more of a concern than the possibility that you're mekayim the mitzvah of lulav. They canceled it on Shabbat. So nowadays, it's not Shiva Yamim B'Gulin, it's Shisha Yamim. So we have the Ikar Adin. Then we have Bizman Beit Hamikdash Haya Kayam, what they would do, and we're not sure what they did in the Gvulim. And then we have Lachar Churban. It's 7 days, but not really 7 days. It's really 6 days, because we don't take it on Shabbat at all. Very confusing, very complicated. I hope I made some order for you. I know it's a short Mishnah. I made it very long. Sometimes you got to do that. If you have comments or questions or suggestions, email me at rspolter@gmail.com. And we'll dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.